So, Rabotai, thank you guys for coming to the Minyan. Amazing davening. I'm going to say two halachot. So I was going to say halacha about Ashrei and Kiddusha, maybe at the end. But we were saying Hashkava today. We all heard the tragic news about the passing of the young yeshiva boy. And I said his name in the Hashkava. He was a student of mine at one point. Baruch Hashem Tanicheu B'Gan Eden, Amen. And so somebody blurted out at the back, oh, what, you could say Hashkava before a person is buried? How could you say that? So the truth is that there is a machloket, not regarding Hashkava, but regarding Kaddish. So we're going to talk about that for a second. What's the machloket and how did I learn from that to say Hashkava before? You know, before a person is buried, the guy is called an onen. Onen is a guy that is patur me mitzvot. Right? He's not chayav in any mitzvot. Aseh. If he eats without a bracha. He doesn't wear tefillin. For family members. When he's a mourning for his 7 closest family members, father, mother, wife, brother, sister, and the children. So therefore, he's patur from all the mitzvot. So the poskim, right? There's a machlok in the poskim shach taz over there in Siman Shin Mem Aleph, I believe. In your Redea, could he say Kaddish before Stimat HaGolel? Stimat HaGolel, we know Shiva starts when you put the person in the ground. But when do you, so that year, when is he going to finish the Shiva? From the time, 7 days from when so if the burial took 3 days, they're going to do the 7 days from the burial, not from the time of death. But the subsequent years, when are they going to hold the Yortzeit? On the day of his death. But that year and that year alone, they count 12 months, 7 and 30 from the time of the burial.
Why does it matter?
Why does it matter? Because they say the deen of the person, the deen only starts from the Stimat HaGolel. So therefore, the Shiva only could start from the time they put him in the ground. So the poskim say, because of that, since the Shiva only starts from the time they put him in the ground, if it takes 2-3 days till burial, you should only start saying Kaddish from when? From the burial, right? So like the person said, so why should you say Kaddish? But the Taz, I believe it's the Taz, I have to look it up again, says, no. Even though the Deen and the Shiva starts only from the time of the 7 days, you could always add Zchuyot. You could always add merits. You could always add an Aliyah that will be used later on for the person from the Deen. So therefore, some of the poskim say you could even start Kaddish, the Onen could say Kaddish even before the burial takes place, and from that I learned that if you can say Kaddish, according to those poskim, you could also say Hashkava. So that was for that. Now, one halacha regarding tefillah. There is sometimes in the Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Karo, Maran, he brings down certain halachot and he says them in a very interesting lashon, in a very interesting language. It's a halacha book. You wouldn't think he would say, have extra kavanah on this, do this as a segula, but once or twice he does that. One time he does that is in Ashrei Uba Letzion. In Halacha of Ashrei Uba Letzion, he writes like this: Mitargeminan Kedushat Uba Letzion. We have to translate the Kedusha of Uba Letzion, as we do in Aramaic, right? V'tzarich lizaher bo meod meod lo'omro bekavana. You have to be very careful to say Ashrei and Uba Letzion, especially Uba Letzion he's speaking about here, with kavana. The Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh of Uba Letzion has to be said with extra kavanah, says Maran, and the Mishnah Brura adds over here. He says over here, Meyom shecharav Beit HaMikdash. From the time the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, the world stands on the Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh of Uba Letzion. That's what the Mishnah Brura brings down here. He's quoting a Gemara. At least have kavanah of the milim. Hashem is Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. That's the Pshat Kavanah. That's the next halacha. Could you say it even alone? And so the Rama adds over here that you could say the Kedusha of Uba Letzion alone, just like you could say the Kedusha of Yotzer Or alone. But the Kedusha of the Shmona Yisrael, that you need 10 people. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Hanania ben